AMD Ryzen 9 9950X Zen 5S CPU outperforms Intel Core i9-14900K in Blender at just 120 watts. AMD's Ryzen 9 9950X Zen 5 desktop CPU is able to outperform the Intel Core i9-14900K with a TDP of just 120 watts, showcasing the incredible multi-threaded efficiency of the flagship 16-core chip. In his ongoing series of AMD Ryzen 9 9950X Blender performance tuning and testing, an AMD forum member, Igor_Kavinsky has shown us how the 16-core flagship scales at lower TDPs within the Blender benchmark. So far, he has shown 60 watts and 90 watts PPT results, and now, we have a new 120 watts PPT result which shows even better results. The chip being used by Igor's source is an engineering sample which should have slightly lower clocks than the retail chip. At 60 watts, the chip was able to come close to the Intel Core i9-12900K while boosting up to 4084 MHz, and at 90 watts, it was able to outperform the Ryzen 9 5950X while boosting up to 5053 MHz. Do keep in mind that the other chips tested here are running at their peak power ratings. It's only the AMD Ryzen 9 9950X CPU that has been tuned. Image source, Igor_Kavinsky, and AMD forums. So coming to the 120 watts PPT test, the AMD Ryzen 9 9950X CPU clocked up to 5220 MHz, which is still much below its 5700 MHz official boost clock, and the minimum clock speed at load was 4102 MHz. The maximum temperatures reached 55 C, and we can see that the chip didn't exceed the 120 watts power consumption. In terms of performance, the AMD Ryzen 9 9950X CPU scored 268.7 points in the monster test, 177.5 points in the junk shop test, and 129.8 points in the classroom test in Blender. Compared to the Core i9-14900K, the Zen 5 CPU at 120 watts not only matches it in the monster test but is also able to outperform it in junk shop and classroom tests. The CPU also comes close to the Ryzen 9 7950 watts, which has a peak PPT of 230 watts, or almost twice as much as this Zen 5S CPU. Compared to the 90 watts configuration, the 120 watts PPT tune delivers close to a 19% gain in performance with a 33% increase in power. We also recently saw the comparisons of various AMD Ryzen 9000 desktop CPUs such as the Ryzen 9 9900X, Ryzen 7 9700X, and Ryzen 5 9600X at their PBO and default profiles. You can check those out here. AMD has been leading the efficiency race with its strong Zen portfolio in the past releases, and that is looking to be true for the next generation lineup too. We are fast approaching the launch of the AMD Ryzen 9000 Zen 5 desktop CPUs, which are expected to hit retail later this month, and we can expect many more tests and reviews in the coming weeks.